all firsthand. I got a chance to interview everyone from Ann Richards to Michael Dell to President Bush. Most of the people were interviewed down on the trail, and it was very interesting interviewing these people because someone like Ann Richards, when I first talked to her, she'd been interviewed by thousands and thousands of people, and how was I any different? And so there was a little bit of tension when I first began to interview her, but when we got down on the trail, it was just amazing how it just transformed, the ease that just came off. And by the end of the interview, which was an hour and a half, I had 6,000 words that I had to cut down to 600. But just the love that she had for this one special place. And if you think about how many things unite a community like that, we've got the Longhorns, absolutely, but some place that everyone can agree on, that, again, fosters the community here. So that was the title why I came with the trail, because every town and every community should have a place that provides this dynamic. Lance Armstrong was a great story, but some of the bigger people, like Lance, we've heard his story a million times. It wasn't, we've heard it before. So the best stories in the book are people that you haven't heard of. The old couple who the woman's got Alzheimer's, and the trail is the only thing that they have in common anymore. They go down and walk every single day because it's all they have left. Coach Barnes from the University of Texas talks a little bit about making it better on the coaching staff, and then also going down to the trail, and that's kind of the game day preparation. The scenic shots in it were shot by my father, Russ, and a woman named Brenda Limpers. My father was President Ford's personal photographer for about 25 years. We grew up in Denver, and the Fords lived in Vail, so my father became their photographer. So to have him be a part of this, I don't know if any of you have had a chance to share in special moments with your children, but it was probably the first time I have never asked my father for money or, borrow the car, where I could really use and ask for his advice and his guidance and use him as a sounding board. So it was one of the most magical experiences to be able to utilize his talent. Kirk Watson, who built the Fluger Bridge and was an integral part of our city as mayor and now a senator. But as you'll see, I tried to capture again an entire season, and so that everyone can kind of look at this and say, no matter if you are that homeless guy or you are Michael Dell, every single one of us has the potential and the power to look inside ourselves and make it better. This is my favorite story in the book. It's the Alzheimer's couple I was talking about. Bassett and Marge McGuire. She's basically gone, and everything but the body, the spirit and the mind completely left. And so I saw Bassett on the trail, and the way I really got to everybody was they kind of found me. Every single day I was on the trail, Bassett would pass me holding Marge's hand, and he would go, "Good morning." So after 3 or 4 times, I was like, what the heck? So I asked him, I said, why do you say good morning to everyone? It's not odd, but it's so pronounced. And he said, well, my wife, it's very hard. Most people don't have to lose their best friend twice. I know she's going to die eventually, but she's already basically dead in spirit and mind. And they're both brilliant professors at UT. And they've been down on the trail since it was operational back in the early 70s. They'd walk it every day. They'd talk about everything and sometimes talk about nothing. And now this is the only thing that they have in common. So it's stories like that I think everyone can kind of learn from and kind of learn a little bit about yourself.